Hi, it's me, your boyfriend slash girlfriend slash stay friends, favorite content creator. And I watched the Ghost of Yotei like gameplay, like deep dive thing. And oh my God, I saw comments about people talking about how this is just like DLC, or one person, which I kind of sparked the idea of this whole video, wrote, I mean, you're seeing it right now on the screen, but wrote that it's just more of the same. And that's not the first time I've seen this sort of commentary in relation to this game, including, other comments talking about how like your game was woke and going to be bad and yada, 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 yada. After watching this, it has cemented to me personally that so many people's opinions should be absolutely discarded. First and foremost, what do you mean by more of the same? You liked Ghost of Tsushima, did you not? Even if it was the same exact game, you liked it. More of the same. If I gave you a serving of food and it tasted great, and I gave you a second serving of food and it tasted just as good, would you be like, this is bullshit? Probably not. Now, obviously, in a more realistic example, we expect sequels to improve on the previous in very tangible ways. And this is doing that by leaps and bounds, just from a technology standpoint. The ability to instantly switch between current Atsu and then past Atsu, it's something completely different. It looks like the technology being used, or sorry, that have been used by Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Like, that's how seamless it's looking. On top of that, look at the environments. Look how much more detailed, how much more varied they are than what you got in the original game. You're already getting incredibly new mechanics in this game. New weapons. You didn't get multiple weapons in the first game. New weapons, you have mentors, you have like the ability to camp under the stars. You can cook your own food, which implies a mechanic of, like using food to boost your stats for the next fight. Like, there are so many new things happening in this game. I don't know which is more of the same. This looks exactly what you would want from a sequel. It improves upon the original formula, but also adds new twists and turns. You have a bounty system where people are hunting you. You can also hunt other people's bounties. You can interrogate people to find out more about the people you're going after. Because that's the main crux of the game. It's a revenge story. But instead of it telling you which path to take, you take your own path. You can go at your own pace. It's like if they combined Crackdown with Skyrim. If you never played Crackdown, it was a game that most people play because it had the Halo 3 beta. Guilty. But it was a game where you fought against these drug lords, but you could attack them in literally any order. I mean, of course, the game did kind of try to push you one direction, because if you try to assault the final person, your chance of success was like 1%. But still, you could attack other bosses in different ways whenever you wanted. And this seems to be doing a much bigger, much better version of that, where you're using cards where you can find clues to find out the location of these people. Like, that's so much better. That is so much better than the previous game, where you didn't have that freedom. Granted, because the story was much more, I guess, linear in scope in terms of like the overall goal. But this seems like game of the year material. I don't know why people were freaking out. I mean, okay, I do know why people are freaking out, because they changed the character, which we'll get to. But what I've seen from this new gameplay demonstration, this makes me want to go buy a PS5. Okay, I said I wouldn't buy any more consoles. I want to stay PC. This will eventually come to PC, but man, does it make me want to buy a PS5 to play this game. This game looks awesome. I have nothing but praises to sing about this game. Now, the other argument that I have seen in the past that I will address here again, because it also was in this current tweet that I saw, right, is this idea that Jin Sakai was revolutionary, legendary, like broke the mold character. You can like Jin Sakai. He can be your favorite character. I don't care about that. But we cannot act as if he's the greatest thing to ever happen to video games, okay? You are telling me you played Ghost of Tsushima, done the DLC, and you were like, yeah, we need more Jin Sakai. What's his story? What's the story going to be? The first game happened because it was inherently tied to him. It happened to his people in his homeland. He wanted to protect them and save them from the Mongol invasion. He did so. He went against his ways. He created the ghosts. Like, from a creative standpoint, what Sucker Punch is doing is brilliant. We got to see the inception of what could be potentially an Assassin's Creed-like franchise. And I know people are going to hear that and go, we don't want to, you know what I mean. You have different games across time, right? That you can spread the idea of ghosts. You could have a ghost of, I said this before in one of my tweets, but like you could have like a ghost of Russia, a ghost of Africa, a ghost of America. Like you could have so many ghosts because there's a through line in the sense that like they're taking on this mantle. It doesn't have to be the same people. In fact, in my opinion, it allows for better stories and better games because you're not beholden to previously established things. Again, imagine if this was Ghost of Tsushima 2 and they had the same mechanics. Wouldn't that be weird that now suddenly Jin Sakai is like, hey, I can use Nodachi. Hey, I can cook now. Hey, I can use dual blades now. Yeah, here's my wolf companion. Like that would be weird. He was limited in the first game. Now he's like, fuck it, I can do everything I want. Or you run into the other problem where it's like, okay, he was a maxed out character into that game. How do you now logically make it seem like he has to gain new skills? He had enough skill to take out the fucking Mongols. Why is he learning new skills again? Like there are things people have to consider when creating a sequel if you're going to use the same character or not. If it's the same character, then it has to be the same story. Stories continue to the character. Things that happen during that game have to somehow play an effect in the next game. Because again, it's not like Jin's immortal and he can just travel through time. And also, you were never promised another Jin Sakai game. You weren't even promised a Ghost of Tsushima sequel. That could have been I know it's not realistic, but truly it could have been a one and done. But they wanted to continue the IP, continue the franchise in this direction. I believe this will be a better option than just having one character the entire time. Like I don't see why people were so against the idea. Oh my god, Atsu's a woman. Who gives a shit? This game looks fucking cool. There's a Nujibes mode. Sorry, it's a Watanabe mode, but they were playing like it's like based off like Samurai Champloo. Like it's Nujibes.
Turn this mode on to listen to some original lo-fi tracks directed by Watanabe himself.
You're gonna get lo-fi beats while you're lo-fi beats to murder to while you're roaming around the countryside and getting into combat encounters. That's cool. You have a Mike mode, which gives you more blood and mud. That's also cool. Like you have so much cool shit happening in this game. I don't understand how people can be mad about that. Like again, how is Jin Sakai's story so fantastic? How is this character so iconic after one game that people are upset that he's no longer the main character? What if you like Atsu's story more? What if you like the mechanics more? What if you like the visuals more? Like, oh, I know I feel like I'm repeating myself, but what about this game that you've seen makes you think this would be in any way, shape, or form a worse experience than Ghost of Tsushima? Do you really think that just having a different character would make this game dramatically worse? Because that makes zero sense to me. Like, no one even talks about Jin Sakai like that. I'm being completely honest. Again, he can be your favorite. People are acting as if this was like fucking, I don't know, Mario, and the next Mario game they replaced him with like fucking Toad, like in a mainline Mario game. Like that's how people are acting. Oh my god, I can't believe they would. And then of course, because of dumbass culture war bullshits, now it's the whole they're replacing male characters with females. Like, shut the fuck up. If you are a gamer and you like video games, there's no goddamn way you're looking at Ghosts of Yotei and saying this is ass, this is woke, this is DEI. You're looking at this shit like, wait a minute. I get to have a fucking wolf murder people with me? Time out. I get to hunt bounties? I get to interrogate people, kind of like the Batman Arkham Asylum system? Fucking sick. Please. More of this. God, this game looks so fucking good, man.